Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Premier Injuries Daily Update. Of course, we're looking back at the key injury talking points from game week 6, and where better to start than Slasa Klajzic. The 6'7" tall Wolves striker, new signing, could be sidelined for the remainder of the season after scan results confirm that the striker has damaged his anterior cruciate ligament. Now, the striker played 45 minutes on Saturday, replaced at the break, but when asked post-match, Bruno Lage initially played down the problem as being a slight issue, referencing the fact that it was 45 good minutes under his belt to try and adapt to the rigours of the Premier League. However, further assessments confirmed damage to that anterior cruciate ligament, the extent of which we currently don't know, whether that's isolated just to the ligament itself or whether there was any secondary damage to the capsule or the joint is to be determined. Officially, the player will see a knee specialist on Monday, but it's not necessarily what Wolves are saying, it's what Wolves are doing, which is the bigger concern. David Ornstein broke the news on Sunday that Diego Costa, a free agent, is travelling to Compton down at Molineux for a medical. The understanding is that he will sign for Wolves. And again, that's an indication that the Klajzic injury is severe, is long-term, and he's going to be coming in for cover. Now, if the specialist report indicates that there is a rupture, then, we're basically looking at a minimum of maybe 7 to potentially 9 months or beyond on the sidelines with that, but it remains to be seen. So fingers crossed, and obviously we wish him well with that. We have reposted some content recently from Dr. Matthew Provencher from the world-renowned Stedman Clinic, discusses the diagnostics, the treatment, the post-care, and also return to play and return to performance. So please do check that out. It is a really good video for you. Elsewhere in that Wolves attack, Raul Jimenez, he was initially named in the matchday squad on Saturday. However, he was withdrawn at the last minute. Again, Bruno Lage referenced that as not necessarily as an injury per se, more of a precautionary measure. He did say it was chronic fatigue. We do know that Raul Jimenez missed a chunk of preseason due to knee and adductor problems, and that he's still getting back up to speed after missing all of those sessions. Now, around congested periods, and it was a 3-game week, he's going to struggle. And there was a little bit of groin discomfort there. He complained before kickoff, and that's why he's removed from the matchday squad. So again, with that extra 48, 72 hours recovery, he should be fine heading into this weekend. With regards to Diego Costa, we don't know where he is in terms of his fitness, but of course, there is going to be that lack of match fitness or sharpness. So Raul Jimenez is probably the player that's going to be leading that Wolves line maybe for the next game or two. Elsewhere, Arsenal, Emile Smith-Rowe, his injury problems continue. We know he's been hampered since late December last year with ongoing groin issues. That's held him back during the course of the summer. He's yet to start a Premier League game. He did, however, get 17 minutes from the bench at Old Trafford on Sunday in that 3-1 loss to Manchester United. However, it wasn't during the game that they had the problem. David Ornstein reports that he was watching the post-match warm-down involving Smith-Rowe. He looked to pull up in obvious discomfort and he was led away by the backroom staff. Now, if it is soft tissue muscular-related, he's going to have an MRI scan to determine that. Now, Arsenal do play in the Europa League on Thursday, so we'll hear from Mikel Arteta from Wednesday with regards to an update on that, if not before, via the official club channels. Eddie Howe, we heard from the Newcastle boss, he will be looking to take it easy on his squad earlier on in this week. We are managing 1 or 2 problems, but ahead of West Ham next Sunday at the London Stadium, he is hopeful of having a couple of players back, a couple of those players who are carrying hamstring problems. Now, we do know that Bruno Guimaraes and also Alan San-Maxim were very close to being involved against Crystal Palace. However, neither one of those players are risks. So if anybody is pushing to be involved in that squad this weekend, it would be those two. Unfortunately, it looks as if Callum Wilson won't be. He's slightly behind with his own hamstring problem. However, the arrival of Alexander Isak, that eases the burden and eases the pressure on the Newcastle boss to throw him back in there. So it may be game week 8 for Callum Wilson. If not, if there are any concerns or any niggling doubts, then he may, use that international break and give the striker an extra couple of weeks recovery time. Manchester City, they went to Villa Park 1-1 draw on Saturday. Kyle Walker was forced off with 10 minutes remaining. Pep confirmed that it was a knock that he picked up in the first half. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to continue, and he wasn't seen as part of that open training session as Manchester City prepare for the Champions League tie with Seville on Tuesday. Now, Nathan Ake came on into the game on Saturday night, again on the back of his recent adductor problem. John Stones went out to the right-hand side with Ake and Diaz paired centrally. Pep does have a few options. We have seen João Cancelo go on the right-hand side. Ake could go left back. He could go with a back three. So keep on following. We'll provide all the updates with regards to maybe insight into how that City team will line up. We did see Calvin Phillips hasn't been involved since the charity fundraiser at Barcelona at the new camp since he picked up that injury. He's back on the training pitches, and also Akanji, the new signing, wasn't involved at the weekend because his partner's just given birth. Staying with the Champions League for now, Liverpool, they travel to Napoli, Italy on Wednesday night. And again, we haven't had too many updates with regards to Naby Keita. We do know that it's a muscle injury. Jurgen Klopp spoke about Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Naby Keita in the same breath. We know that Oxlade-Chamberlain is a severe long-term problem. Now, also what we know that Naby Keita won't be in the Champions League first phase. He has been omitted from that Champions League squad. So any involvement for him will come post-January. So again, it's not so much what the club are saying, it's what they're doing. And this looks like it's going to be a long-term one for Naby Keita. Unfortunate because he went through that pre-season with illness and injury problems as well. So that's heavily disrupted and very disappointing. For David Moyes, we've heard on several occasions how Craig Dawson was nearing a return from this persistent thigh problem, which hampered him throughout the summer. Unfortunately, he's not responding as hoped. It's taken a little bit longer. And again, this might be a player that we won't see back in action until October, of course, after that international break. So, with the likes of Angelo Ogbonna, back in contention, and Zuma, then there is cover. But certainly Craig Dawson is a player that they want back in the ranks, particularly on that Europa Conference League road. And finally, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang signed for Barcelona, but arrived with a fractured jaw. Now, that occurred in a house break-in just over 7 days ago. Took a blow to the face, which effectively broke his jaw. Now, Thomas Tuchel said he hasn't been training with the squad, or he wasn't training with the squad because he needed a face mask fitted to protect that area. Now, he couldn't give any assurances or guarantees whether Aubameyang would play in the Champions League or indeed in the upcoming game week 7. Needs to be seen how that face mask is fitted, and also how he trains with that and how it protects the area. But what we do know, it is in his possession, and he should work with the group maybe from Monday. So we give him a 50-50 chance, all being well, and hope it's not causing any kind of irritation or reaction for that face, and he can be pushing for a start with the Blues from there. As always, you can always check out the injuries at premierinjuries.com or at Premier Injuries or at Ben Dinnery. If you have any questions, by all means, pop them in the comments box below. And if you're not a subscriber, then please do bash that button. That's it for now.